ZZ109FM. This is Elsie Jenkins. It's 2026. So much is going on in the world. But with everything that's going on in the world, if you are a single parent of mother and father, man and man, woman and woman, Lord have mercy. You got to put it out there because it's going on. Lord have mercy. Mm. The world is going on there, but what are you doing as a parent? See, this show today is very, very important because you know what? Some parents out here understand. Um, I have witnessed some parents take care of their children. And when I say take care of your children, it's more to taking care of your children than providing them a room. Just providing a child a room is not taking care of your child. So let's put this out there in the airwaves. Because you have a room in the house for your child to be in, that's not the completion of taking care of them. Don't give yourself a pat on the back because you got a room for the child to sleep in and to grow up in. It's more than that. And the reason I'm doing this show is because some people out here don't understand what I just said. It goes in your head, it doesn't process, and then it goes out your ear, and you never ever address it again. See, that's the problem I got with some of you folks out here because you're getting the information and you're not processing it. And then it goes out the other ear. Like that moment in time didn't happen. For example, you have a child. There's other things you're responsible for besides the room. One of those things is their health. You have to maintain their health. You have to take a look at the information out there to understand what I'm talking about. Children need shots. Children need to go to the dentist. Children need to go to the doctor. You have to do these things because, number one, it's your responsibility. Just because your child sits in that room every damn day and doesn't come out that room and tell you nothing doesn't mean it's not your responsibility. You have a responsibility to do these things, and it's just not a one-time thing. It's an ongoing thing. Having a child is a process from the time that they are born here to the time you send them off and they're an adult and don't come back to bother you anymore. It is a process. Now, there's two ways we're going to look at this process. We're going to look at this as if you have money or you qualify. It's not a rich or poor thing. It's if you have money or if you qualify. Now, this is important because this is not weeding out any child. This means that what I just said is every child on this planet can get help, whether it's their health or their health, and I'm going to just say health in general, physical health, mouth, mental health, all these things. There's no child left out in America. Okay, so with that being said, for any parent that isn't doing for a child, when I talk about these things, you need to be ashamed of yourself. And if you can look at yourself in the mirror and see a broke up, dysfunctional person, health-wise and dental-wise when it comes to your teeth, maybe there's a story that you can relate to in this story I'm telling you now. Now, in America, luckily, in America, which I'm going to tell you right now, President Charlie, and when I say President Charlie, I mean President Trump. But we don't say his name because we don't want him to get upset because we talking about his ass. But President Charlie wants to take away Medicare and Medicaid. But see, these are two things that help the older people and the people that qualify for these services. Period. I don't care how much it costs. Compared to what you're doing over there in Iran, this is nothing. We should all have health care for life. We can afford it. But the bottom line is there's no sense in a child not getting any kind of service when it comes to their health or their teeth or whatever. So let's take a look at this situation because it's very simple. There's parents out here that think all I got to do is provide a room for a child, and that is not all you need to provide for a child. Child has to have their shots. How do you know? It's called a shot record. You just follow the damn shot record and take your child to the immunization office when it is time to take them. Now, believe it or not, there's some parents out here that don't even know this. And if they did know this, it's not a priority to them. When you take a balance and you put the shot record on the balance and the weed on the other side of the balance, the weed is the most important thing to them, not the shot record on the other side. So this child will never get taken to get their shots because this person on this weed that's high as hell ain't got time to do it. Now, what's happening with these scenarios is you usually see an outside party looking in that says, why doesn't this fool take this child down there to go get these shots? And they just easily just come on in there and say, look, Brenda, I'm free tomorrow. I'm going to take a little Nancy down there to get her shots she needs. I'm driving, I'm using my fuel, I'm using my resources to do something that you as a parent are supposed to be doing without being told. But you as a parent, the priority for you is getting high and smoking weed. Now, these shots, you can get behind on them, but you know what? 9 times out of 10, it's a matter of just getting back on track. And getting in there and getting the shots you need. And sometimes they'll tell you to come back to get other shots because you can't get them all in the same damn day. But the end result is you eventually get all your shots. Now, your teeth are a different thing and your health is a different thing. Today's show is not about health. We're going to focus on teeth. It's important to focus on teeth because you know, you only got so many baby teeth. And then you only got so many adult teeth. So, not to say you only got one chance at this because teeth fall out your mouth and new teeth come in place. But if you're monitoring this as the child is growing up, you can see that there's a problem with their teeth coming in crooked. You can see that there's a problem with something going on with their mouth. You can see these things. And there's 2 ways to look at it. If you're rich and you got the money, you can take them. Cost is no issue. If you don't take them, something's wrong with you, rich person, because you can afford to take them, but you don't. And if you're not rich, the alternative is qualifying. You qualify for Medicaid. If you qualify for Medicaid, then the Medicaid gives you an opportunity to take the kids and get their teeth looked at Now, those are the only two options I'm looking at. If there's anything in between, I don't know what to tell you because I'm not talking about you in between people that fit in between that. But the same rules apply to you. I don't care what your situation is. If you can afford it or you can't afford it, you need to find a way to do it because it's still your responsibility. You can't just walk around the house and act like there's nothing going on in the child's mouth. A lot of children ain't going to say nothing. Now, I remember going and getting my teeth attended to right away as I was growing up. Brushing my teeth was important. Flossing was important. And not eating so much candy was important. Maintaining a nice smile and white teeth, getting cleanings were important. You know, this is a foundation that builds on other foundations as we are turning to be adults. You're learning about priorities when this happens. You're learning about being responsible when this happens. You're learning about a lot of things. Taking time to do things. You're coming up in a household that understands this. And sometimes as you're doing these things, you need to be explaining to these kids why they're going to get shots, why they're going to the dentist, why they're going to get a health checkup, a yearly physical. What's the importance of these things? You just don't sit in the room and smoke weed and let your kid go from 3 years old to 14 years old with no medical visits to the doctor. None. And 10 years or 9 years apart in dental visits. None in between. It doesn't make any sense. Yet you can sit here and look me in the face with a high-ass smile like everything is okay. But it's not okay. And we're going to talk about why it's not okay to sit here and allow a child to sit in a house without any health checkups and without any dental visits. Now, I understand. If you look at my images I have here, I understand because I don't like going to the dentist. The dentist is not my friend, never has been my friend. But I don't like going. And I've ran away. I'm going to admit it. I've ran out the dentist's office many times. Because when I start hearing that drill, I start feeling like I'm being drilled to death and I got to get away. But it doesn't matter. These people are going to come find you in the parking lot and bring you back in with positive encouragement and have you sit in that chair so they can do your teeth. Now, excuse me. Now, the end result is if you're patient and you communicate with the dentist about how you're feeling as they're working on your teeth. Pain, do you feel pain? They ask you questions. If you feel pain, they'll do things to try to make it more comfortable for you. But the bottom line is, if you can get through this moment, then you're doing a couple things. You're improving your smile, you're improving your health, and you're improving the longevity of your teeth in your mouth. When people are pulling teeth, that's not what we're supposed to be doing with a mouth full of teeth. They shouldn't be pulling teeth because they can't save them. They should be repairing teeth and trying to keep them in the best condition. And if you think about it, the best condition is to not to get in the situation to begin with. Go to the dentist. Let the dentist do his work to keep your teeth sparkly white. Um, this situation is serious because if you're a weed smoker listening right now and you think that the world surrounding you is just your world and you lost your damn mind. You done lost your damn mind because it's not about you anymore. If you a single person by yourself, well, you can smoke your little teeth till they rotten to the core. Don't nobody care. It's your choice. But the churn don't got to deal with your choices. You need to get up off your ass and do what you have to do to help them. It's your responsibility to check their health. It's your responsibility to make sure their teeth are in good condition. And to do this means you have to take them to the doctor and you have to take them to the dentist. Now, these images you see in here are just our cartoon images, but they are telling you what's going on in some of these kids' mouths. If you're not taking them to the dentist and you're allowing them to grow and go to school, 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade, 6th grade. Now, we haven't gone to the dentist yet. 7th grade. 7th grade, okay. We still haven't gone to the dentist yet. 8th grade. All right, so 8th grader now is going into the dentist, and who's going to take this 8th grader in there? Because, see, this is another problem I came across. If me, the grandmother's taking this child in there, when they look at this child's mouth, she ain't been to the dentist in 6 years, 7 years. Eating candy, eating food, not brushing like she's supposed to, or flossing like she's supposed to. And they take a look at this mouth, they're going to take a look at me. They're going to take a look at her mouth, then they're going to take a look at me. And they're going to say, your child's teeth are tore up. And I'm going to take a look at them, I'm going to say, this ain't my child. And that's all the conversation I'm going to have with them. Because it's not my child. And I'm not the irresponsible party that brought this child into this situation. But I am the responsible party that finally took this child to the dentist. Because these parents were going to sit there and let this child keep going back and forth to the 9th grade, the 10th grade, the 11th grade, and the 12th grade with a mouth as horrific. I'm going to say it again, horrific. When you look at the cavities and you look at the teeth, baby teeth that are still in her mouth and the adult teeth that are trying to cut in, and there's just a conglomerate of confusion going on in this child's mouth and unattended by a parent. It's enough to have them call somebody and have them take you downtown because you are clearly neglecting your child. Now, what's amazing about these dentists is they don't look at that. This dentist that took a look at the young lady I had to take into the dentist came up with a plan immediately to try to help save teeth, to try to pinpoint which teeth had to go. But they were coming up with a plan to get the mouth back on track. And at that point, that's all that matters. There was no need to point fingers and ask who is at fault for allowing a child's mouth to get this bad. Who could not? Now, let me tell you something about this situation here. It's not like you had a rich person, because I think in a mindset, if a rich person doesn't do it, that's a really bad situation. That's a bad situation because you got the money to do it, but you refuse to take a child to the dentist. But if you don't have the money and you qualify. Now let me repeat this now. If you don't have the money, see, some people don't have the money and they don't qualify for Medicaid, so they're in a different bubble of problems. They probably have just a little bit too much income, and the Medicaid option is not an option for them. I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about you peoples out there, white peoples, black people, whatever American you are. Medicaid is for all these people that qualify. If you qualify for Medicaid and still don't take the time to take your children in to get their damn teeth done, you worse than the rich person with money. You worse than the rich person with money. I'm going to tell you right now, rich person could pay somebody to take their child to the dentist. You can't pay nobody to take your child to the dentist. You got to take them if you're on Medicaid. And you got to authorize someone to take them outside of you. That's how I got to do it. Someone authorized me to do it because they was too damn lazy to take their own child. Oh, was happy to see me go do it, though. See, that's the problem. Got Medicaid, but you know what? Too damn lazy. Too high on that weed. Too busy to take time to take your child to the dentist. It is worse than a rich person that won't pay someone to take their child, as far as I'm concerned. Because you lazy. You just lazy as hell. And don't care. These children out here ain't got a choice. When they 3 years old, when they start getting their teeth, we have a responsibility to limit certain things. And I've seen some parents in 2026 that do this. Their children can't have no sweets. Their children can't consume the Dollar Tree candy day in and day out. Payday week, we go back to Dollar Tree and get more candy, more junk, more candy, more junk, more sugar, more candy, more sugar, more candy, more candy, more junk, more candy, more junk, more candy, more junk, more candy, more junk. That's right, that's right. Back to the Dollar Tree. Well, you know what? You are creating a situation in a child's mouth when you go and you constantly focus on that, and then don't focus on, well, after you eat sweets, you need to brush your teeth. We can't just eat sweets and not brush our teeth. We've got to get this sugar off of our teeth. We can't let the plaque build. We can't let the cavities build. See, these children that I'm dealing with, their mouths have been towed up. But I'm going to tell you what. You know you got a smart child when one of the children said, you know what, I need to go to the dentist. But can you make an appointment for me, Grandma, because I need to go to the dentist? This child is smarter than the parents gonna ask me. I'm just like amazed. Where are the parents at? And you know what the problem is? When the child try to go ask the parents, they so high, they like, you don't need to go to no dentist. Go in there and sit down somewhere. I'm in here getting high. Getting my weed and my smoke off. You don't need no dentist today. I'll take you tomorrow. Well, you know what? 4 years go by. It's always, I'm going to take you tomorrow. But 4 years go by. 5 years. And 2 out of the 3 children, one of them got smart at an early age and asked Grandma to take her to go to the dentist. Now, I don't know what's going on in the mind of the other two. They ain't as smart as the first one because the first one done went to the dentist and got her cavities taken care of. And then, using Medicaid now, okay, mommy qualified for Medicaid, using the Medicaid, and then she got her braces and got her teeth straight because her teeth were crooked. She done went through and got her braces and got through that process, and now her teeth are straight. The other two are just sitting there. Now, they can't be too smart because if you could see your sister getting her teeth done, her teeth straight, and now she's got a beautiful mouth of teeth. And the other two are sitting there with yuck mouse. Yuck mouse. Now, one of the two went to the dentist. Well, actually, two of the two finally went to the dentist. And I'm going to tell you right now, if SWAT could have been outside that building, they would have been there to take my ass down if I was the mama, because they was in amazement when they saw these mouths that came into their office. SWAT would have been there to take me downtown for you know what. And I ain't going to say it because it is what it is. You don't take care of your child, there's a word for it. See, those of us that take care of our children ain't too familiar with this word because it don't apply to us, but it apply to you parents that ain't out here taking care of your children, just getting high, spending the money on something else, or qualifying for something like Medicaid, but your ass is too damn lazy to take your kids to get what they need to take care of their health and their mouth. Just lazy. Lazy, lazy, lazy. And I'm going to tell you something. It ain't got nothing to do with being fat. It ain't got nothing to do with being overweight. These people that ain't doing what they supposed to do, they ain't slimming. They somewhat healthy looking people. They ain't overweight. They can go to the gym a couple times a week and look like two physically fit people. So being fat ain't a reason why these people ain't going to take care of these churn mouths. It's because they like being high on that weed. And when you get high on that weed, it messes up with your thought process, weed smokers. See, this is where we going here now. You weed smokers don't understand that. You got to get off of that weed for you to understand that. But while you own it, your decision-making abilities are no good. You can't make no decisions when you're on that weed, getting high. If you had to choose between taking someone to the dentist and sitting down and smoking you some weed, guess what the answer is for a weed smoker? I'm going to sit down and smoke me some weed. You can go to the dentist next week. I'll schedule it for you. Well, guess what? Anytime we ask this person to schedule something, she never schedules it. When you call up, she's like, yeah, I'll get on it. That's that weed answer. Yeah. Okay, I'll take care of it. No, I didn't take care of it yet, but I'll get on it. That's that weed answer. So you ask somebody to do something for someone, and they can't give you, yeah, it's done. And they go, okay, I didn't get to that. Okay, I'll take care of it. I'll call them and make the appointment. That's that weed answer. See, they were so into that weed, they couldn't make the appointment. You were so damn high and bent over, you couldn't make the appointment. You couldn't take care of what someone asked you to take care of. It wasn't a priority. And then once you get on that weed, see, everything don't matter at that point. That's why you love that weed. You love that feeling when nothing don't matter. It's just me and my weed. Well, your kids do matter. And their teeth do matter. And their health matters. And you're neglecting your children when you let years go by and don't take them to the doctor for a physical. Don't take them to the doctor for their shots. And don't take them to the dentist to get their teeth taken care of. It's called child neglect. That's right. That's what it's called. And does a child deserve to be ignored when they have things that you're responsible for when it comes to taking care of them? They're not responsible to tell you at 5 years old that they need to go have their mouth taken a look at. 6 years old, 7 years old. They're not responsible to tell you. You're responsible to let them know. You've got to get them a toothbrush. You got to get them toothpaste. You got to get them in that bathroom and get their teeth brushed every day. I got all my teeth in my mouth minus a couple. Because before, when I went into the military, I had all my teeth. And throughout the military, they give you dental and health care while you're in there. I had no teeth pulled out while I was in the military because I went to the dentist. I took care of my health and I took care of my teeth. I took the time to do it. And if you went on a deployment, they wouldn't let you go somewhere with a rotten tooth in your mouth. Why? Because they know better. They know what happens when a rotten tooth starts to act up and you trying to do your job. You can't focus. So how are these children supposed to focus in school if they ain't been to the dentist in 6, 7 years and they got cavities in their mouth? How are they supposed to focus? Believe it or not, these children are not bad children. They're getting A and B's. So I'm imagining some of these kids getting these F's and acting crazy. They got a mouth full of cavities. Cavities just bust them in their gums every day. That's why they're evil kids. I believe mouth health, your health of your mouth, has some bearing on your attitude and your demeanor. When your mouth is aching all over because you can't really get any help to fix it, it makes you mad. It makes you upset. You're quick with your temper. When you got a nice smile, you know, a lot of times it makes you happy. When you have a not so nice smile, it makes you sad. It wears on your mental when your teeth aren't where they need to be. You see, a lot of these people believe it's not my problem. Oh, them children in there, they just in there, they're in the room, I'm taking care of them. You're not taking care of them. When you don't take them to the doctor and you don't take them to the dentist and you don't take them to get their shots, you ain't taking care of them. When you ain't spending time with them to explain why you're doing these things, you're not taking care of them. They learn from example. And you're a poor example of a parent if you're listening right now and you've got children in there with mouths full of cavities. Look at these cavities in this mouth. Is this your child right here? Is this your child? Is this your child with a mouthful of cavities and you sitting on the couch watching TV, or you sitting over there smoking your weed, or you sitting over there getting high? I said you sitting over there, you're getting high on that stuff. Drinking your liquor. You got your bottle of liquor, but you didn't get a tube of toothpaste, did you? You got your bottle of liquor, but you didn't get a toothbrush now, did you? Priorities. You're thinking about yourself, but you need to be thinking about others. They come first. That's the problem here. They come first. They didn't ask to be here. Therefore, you have a responsibility to take care of these damn kids. Last but not least, let's go over the logistics of what I'm saying, because a lot of people think I'm up here just talking out the side of my neck like well, I'm not just talking out the side of my neck. I am telling you something that you need to know based on experience and knowledge. But let's go ahead and go there since you don't understand from my lips. Let's just go to the facts. There's solid scientific evidence showing a strong link between oral plaque buildup, gum disease, and heart disease. But it's not quite accurate to say plaque in the mouth directly causes heart disease. But we're no dummies here. A healthy mouth, assist a healthy life. And you can't have anything draining in your mouth like a cavity that is going into your bloodstream in your system. You've got to get those plugged up because those have some type of bearing on your health. Now, gum disease begins with bacteria plaque buildup on teeth and gums. This triggers chronic inflammation. So if you start these little ones off early, they don't mind going in the bathroom and getting their toothbrush. They don't mind getting their toothpaste. They don't mind sitting in front of that mirror and brushing their teeth. They don't mind. Get them some mouthwash, they'll even be happier. Some of them like to drink it. But you know what? You don't let them drink it. You're a parent. You show them that you got to spit it out. It's part of the process. But you know what? This takes time. And some of you damn parents don't want to take time with the children. You can't send them in there to do a half-assed job because you know what? They're going to do a half-assed job at 4 and 5 and 6 and so on. That's all I was taught. Then a part of the problem is you got these parents, they have to choose between their weed and buying their children personal hygiene supplies. What the hell's going on with this world? You don't have a choice there. You have to buy them their deodorant, their toothpaste, their mouthwash, personal hygiene things first. Then you have money left over for weed. I guess you buy you some weed. But you don't go, nah, I can't buy you no deodorant this week. I got to get my weed. Oh, personal hygiene things. And I'm going to tell you, they even look at it like young ladies have menstrual cycles. This is what it's called. It's not a big secret. So let's not sit there and act like we don't know what the hell's going on with a young lady. Therefore, if a young lady is having these things, she needs her things she needs to get through these moments in her life. Those items cost money. So, why does she got to choose between those things that you're responsible for and your weed? That's what some of these young ladies out here are dealing with. Parents that don't believe that it's important. And then you want to go and get the low-end stuff. You know, some of this stuff out here that you're supposed to use for cleaning your body and cleaning your areas of your body are just off limits. Like Irish Spring soap. You don't put Irish Spring soap down there between your legs unless you want a hellified moment in life where your vajayjay just explodes with irritation. You don't want that. You don't want that. And there's other things that can't go down there. So you got to take some time out to understand the first child. Because once you get the first child, these 3 girls, once you get the first child down as to what to buy and what not to buy, then you buy the same thing for the other 2. And oh, I'm sorry. Now you have 3 young ladies on menstrual cycles. That's 3 costs that you have to now pay for. That's not their fault. That's not their issue. That's what you're going to have to pay, whether you like it or not. Welcome to the world. They need these things every month, whether you like it or not. So your weed money is getting taken away. Or is it? Because in a sense, when we look around, I got people phone calling me talking about they need personal things. And I'm like, where are your damn parents? Over there getting high. Before they buy these things that the child needs. It's not the child's problem. It's your problem and your responsibility as a parent to take care of these child's needs. Moving on. The American Heart Association confirmed that gum disease is associated with high risk of cardiovascular events like heart attack, stroke, and atrial fibrillation. However, they emphasized that while the connection is strong, a direct cause and effect relationship, blah, blah, blah. Old folks back in the day knew that you had to take care of your mouth. They knew that if you let your mouth go and you get a rotten mouth, that's associated with your bad health. that will poison your system, poison your body, and could take you out. You have to take care of your teeth. And if you have a bad tooth in your mouth, you have to get that worked on. It's got to be repaired. You can't function. The pain is enough. The pain is enough to make you want to do something about a tooth. Harvard Health notes that people with gum disease have about 2 to 3 times the risk of heart attack, stroke, compared to those with healthy gums. Smoking, poor diet, chronic inflammation. It's all here. Studies even found oral bacteria inside of arterial plaques, suggesting they can travel through the bloodstream and worsen inflammation. Come on now. Your mouth is a gateway to the rest of your body. And if you don't take it seriously, you don't find a way to fix these things, it can cause you to have health issues. So brushing and flossing and regular dental visits don't just protect your smile. They help protect your heart by reducing chronic inflammation and bacterial spread. We talk about bacteria, like you dog owners out there that want to use dog dishes and dog spoons, hint, hint, in the same sink and area with human bowls and human spoons, like a damn fool, and think there's no consequence. There is a consequence. You don't intertwine bacterias. You don't intertwine those things. It can spread. You think you're over there washing your dog bowl out on top of our dishes, thinking, oh, it ain't nothing. And then our dishes are there. Contamination is down there. Because you too lazy to go outside, get you a bucket, and get you some hot water, and wash your damn dog bowl outside. To protect the rest of us. No, you want to go and do that. You want to put your dog dishes in the dishwasher with the rest of our dishes. It's a no-no. ZZ109FM, this is Elsie Jenkins here. You can see me here with my big smile because I went to the dentist. I don't like going to the dentist, but you know what? If I want my heart and my health to be on the best level, I better take care of my teeth. And you go through spells where you don't have your insurance, but you know what? You need to get past that spell and find you some more dental insurance, more health insurance, so you can get back on track. You know, it's not no big thing if you get off track, but you got to get back on track. And you go in there and they reassess you and they take care of those things. And now you have a clean bill of mouth and a clean bill of health. And now you have a smile worth smiling with. Crooked teeth. You know, when children has these crooked teeth, we got to get on top of them because they're going to want their teeth to be straight. You don't want to wait till they're in the 11th grade and they got their braces on finally, when you could do it a lot sooner. Just look in their mouth. See that there's something wrong. And now say, let's find a day you and I can go to the dentist. And a lot of times you ain't got to drag them there. They walk right in, they sit in that little waiting chair like very patiently, and then they call their name and they walk in the back. A lot of them, you don't have to drag them in there. So I recommend, if you're a person out here that's on this weed, first of all, you got to get off of it. Because if you listen to this show while you're smoking weed, it ain't going to make no damn sense to you. You could be like, I don't know what the hell you think I'm doing. I'm going to smoke my weed before I takes anybody anywhere. Gets my weed smoke. And then I skip a day? Oh, hells no. I ain't skipping no day. No, I ain't skipping no. Well, Lord have mercy. Looky here. You can't help nobody till you help yourself. Get off that damn weed so you can think straight. Gets off that damn weed so you can think straight. ZZ109 FM, this is Elsie Jenkins. You heard the show. If you got Medicaid out there, you better use it before they take it away, because it's the option you have if you qualify to take care of your children's teeth and children's health while they can get help. When this is gone, it's going to be interesting to see what options are available, because this is the biggest option that, you know what, taxpayers can afford it. Every child needs to go to the dentist, and every child needs to be able to go to the hospital. And as far as I'm concerned, if you can qualify for Medicaid, you need the same rights as well. It means that you need that opportunity. That's all Medicaid means. And it's providing that for you. So to have it and not use it, you ought to be, if you're a parent and you have it and don't use it, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Because the reason why you're not using it is probably a selfish one at that. Elsie Jenkins here, ZZ109 FM. Look at the smile on my face right now. See my teeth right now, how they looks. How's my damn teeth looks? Look at my damn teeth. They looks good, don't they? Because you know what? Someone took me to the dentist, and I kept on going to the dentist. And I took care of people around me and took them to the dentist. And I'm going to tell you right now, the dentist is not your enemy, it's your friend. He's going to go in there. A lot of them are nice. They're going to ask you, does it hurt? But they're going to fix your little mouth up. Might be a little discomfort and a little bit of pain as you recover. But you're going to be so glad when you look in that mirror and you ain't got a yuck mouth like some people. Elsie Jenkins here, ZZ109 FM Talk Radio. Y'all have a good day.